Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are currently working on getting ourselves free from Britain. But I don't know that we're really ready to do so. I was looking at this, 4048, Britain is really strong. They're the #1 power in the world, and even if we get one of their rivals on our side, we're probably not going to get more than that. And we're going to need it. We definitely need to get all of our barracks built. That is absolutely step one. We need to get that done. I wouldn't mind getting some law changes on our army model. Down to, like, maybe national militia would be ideal. We can't do that right now. Landowners would oppose it, of course. Mass conscription might not be a bad idea either. For the time being, I think we need to work on our economy. Enact restricted child labor has a political movement here. The landowners would be in favor of this. They're still recovering their clout, though. So I feel like for the moment, we don't do this. They probably don't have the clout to pull this off yet. I think we'll try this a little bit later on. And that'll be fine. But we need to break free from Britain. It really feels like now isn't the time. Britain needs to get into a major war and take a lot of hits, right? Or we need to catch up with them militarily. One or the other. So building these barracks is a good start. But we also need to work our way through some of these laws. I would really, really like to change our military law. Peasant levies are not good. That's for sure. But let's get all of these barracks finished up for now. Those will finish soon enough. And then after the barracks are done, we've got these government administrations. And then I think we have some more down here. Yeah, all of these government administrations. Cool. So we've got some construction work to do here in the meantime. But we do need to work on our military. We need to be able to break free from Britain, which we can't do right now. Maybe eventually we'll be able to ask them for our independence, but I don't think we'll do that. Like, I don't think this will ever be a thing. Our main problem here is we're just going to have so many fronts that we're going to be fighting on, right? It's going to be absolutely insane. Just how many fronts we're going to have. So we're probably not going to be doing that yet. Now, the landowners are not in this political movement, but they would support this. And their clout is improving. So we'll wait until, like, the positive outweighs the negative here. I think that's the way that that's going to end up working. So we're constructing away on these barracks, and that will eventually finish. Yeah, there's not that many more pages of it, so it'll be fine. Gold was discovered in Guyana. Cool. The question is, who can deal with Britain? And the answer is kind of nobody right now. Kind of nobody. Britain is incredibly strong at this moment. Indeed. France? Actually, France plus us might be able to handle them. We would need France to join in, though. Austria wouldn't be able to do it. Prussia's occupied. Russia would not be able to do it either. It would have to be France. Okay, noted. So, with that being the case, we should probably work on our French diplomacy. So we go in here, and we're just going to improve relations with France. They're cordial with us right now, and that's fine. We can't attack anyone anymore, right? Right. We can't attack anyone until we break free. So we need to be focused entirely on breaking free from Britain. We just need to not do it willy-nilly. Britain is incredibly powerful, and it will be very difficult to do. There's so many fronts here, and we're going to need to get our forces set up and holding on a lot of different fronts. It's going to be very difficult. So, our barracks are now done. And I'm going to come out over this direction and move up these government administrations. Just get them complete. Get that dealt with. Cool. So we're going to move those on up. And once these government administrations are done, we'll take a look at that point. Actually, we should take a look here and see... Sort by tax. Okay, these 4 in the Himalayas don't need to be built. Are there any others? Yes, these 2 do not need to be built. Otherwise, that looks good. Okay, the rest of these do need to be built eventually. So we'll go ahead and get those done. Excellent. So the government administrations will take a little while. I'll move these coal mines back down. It doesn't really matter when we finish those. I guess we can move these up because they're so close to being done. It doesn't really matter there either. France is now improving relations with us as well. Okay. Checking in on this, clout hasn't swung enough yet. So we're just going to, at this point, work on our economy and our military until such a time as we feel like we're prepared to take on Britain. So, we should probably work on some military tech. Perhaps after steel frame buildings. Percussion cap is going to be done soon. Going to rifling would probably be good, and enlistment offices would probably be good as well. Okay, we're 3 years left on steel frame buildings. Let's finish that up. But we do really need to break free from Britain. Britain is absolutely stifling us. And it's tough. So we'll see how that ends up going. But we're absolutely not ready to declare that yet. We're going to finish these government administrations. And we got all those barracks finished up, which will help our regular battalions. This will continue to grow for a while. Low market access in all of these locations is just due to Britain and us being blockaded. Britain isn't patrolling the fleets, or patrolling the area quite as much as they should be, but that's fine. These government administrations are finishing up slowly. And we also have all of these private constructions underway, which is nice. But yeah, we're building very quickly now. I like it. All of our government administrations that are queued up are currently being worked on. So that is good. And we are currently, what, like 11, 12 weeks? 12 weeks from having all of those government administrations done. Okay. So that looks fine. We are at 305 from our unrealized taxes. We're going to need more government administrations than what we have queued up here, to be clear. We need 1 here, and I'll go ahead and queue that up. That'll be fine. So we're just going to get these done, and we'll continue to work on our government administrations 1 state at a time, the way we have been. Our economy does need to continue to improve. There's no doubt about that. And yeah, we have a contested government right now. The landowners are continuing to get more and more powerful all the time. So that's fine. They're not more powerful than the intelligentsia right now. But they'll get there. Cool. So these government administrations are going to be done... Well, all of them are going to be done in 9 weeks. But the majority of them are going to be done sooner. So we now have munitions plants unlocked. That's fine. That is actually a good thing. Great Britain began embargoing France. Now that's interesting. France is now down to cautious towards us. They consider us relevant to their interests, but haven't decided yet whether they see us as a friend or enemy. Okay. So we're continuing to improve relations with them. Our final government administration queued up is going to be done in 3 weeks. And then we've got all of this economic work being done. That's fine. We're down to 140 weeks in our construction queue. And that's solid. I don't like running this debt for this long. But for the moment, I think it's okay. I wouldn't mind working through this construction queue. That said, it is auto-queuing and remaining at about 140 weeks out. So that's noted. The other question is, do we continue to work on government administrations? We would need 17 here. And sure, let's go ahead and do it. There we go. So there's 17 queued up. So there's that state going to be completed. It does have negative construction efficiency, only 15%. So I'm not that concerned about it. It'll be done in 17 weeks, and we are still constructing some of these economic structures. So that looks good to me. Cool. 303K in unrealized taxes. Noted. Coal is currently the only thing expensive, and we do have some market access issues here. Do we require railways? Yes, there is one building here, but we also will require one here. Okay, we'll get that queued up. There's a private one, a private railroad being built as well. So that's fine. What is the construction efficiency here? 9.3? Sure. Okay, what can we do for laws at this point? We could change over to a local police force, but we will not. I like dedicated police force here. Slavery is banned. That's fine. We can go down to propertied women. Landowners actually endorse that change. Fascinating. Serfdom is abolished, and that is what it is. For the time being, that we can't do anything about that. So this is not swapped around just yet. 29.2 versus 40.6. So for the moment, we're not going to put in restricted child labor. But we'll get there soon enough. So this round of government administrations are going to be done in 6 weeks. Beautiful. So that's looking solid. Our taxation capacity is still rough in a lot of places. No doubt about that. No doubt about that one. So South Bengal is going to be the next one, needing 29 government administrations. Okay. Oh, City of Plenty. The party will never end. Cool. So, that all finishes up. Now we're working on our economy again here. Rubber has been discovered in a bunch of locations. That's fine. I don't believe any of those locations are ours. Indeed not. Cool. So we don't have any munitions plants at this time. That's definitely a thing. We'll keep an eye on that. The real question now is, how can we break free from Britain? They're at 437 plus 165. We're at 168 plus 384. It's going to be tough. We're going to need to change our laws here, definitely. So that means that our tech is going to need enlistment offices. Absolutely. 100%, that's what we're going for next. 27 months left on steel frame buildings. And we only have 23% literacy, which isn't great. But we'll get there on that. Our economy is definitely improving. Tobacco plantations are going to finish up here. Yep, that looks good. Down to 147 weeks in the construction queue. Excellent. And we're working through this nicely. I do expect when we switch over to steel frame buildings that we're going to have some issues. Specifically with the amount of steel that we have. That is very likely to be a problem. Also, glass might be an issue. We'll see. We do have all these... Oh, our urbanization just finished. Cool. Urban center building throughput. Sure, we'll take that for now. We're getting close to turning around our finances here. And that's great. That's really, really good. So what do we need next? We need 30 in South Bengal. That's quite a bit. France ended their embargo with Great Britain. Noted. Okay, let's go ahead and get 30 queued up here. Putting it at the beginning of the list. There we go. Cool. So are we building all of these simultaneously? No, we're not quite building 30 simultaneously. Noted. And we can see that we drop right back down to around minus 60k. That's not shocking. Investment pool shenanigans ongoing here. France ended their rivalry with Great Britain. Okay, that's really weird. Sure, there was a boiler explosion as well. It's simply the price of progress. Okay. So how are we doing on our clout? 30%? Okay, so the landowners are now the highest clout. The question is, who else supports going to restricted child labor? Trade unions? And this will radicalize the intelligentsia. Okay. Noted. So we still need to wait a little bit on this. We definitely want to do that, but now is not the moment. Cool. So government administrations will be finishing up here in 4 weeks, and then another a week after, another batch of them. So that'll be fine. And then these are going to take a little bit beyond that. Cool. So this is going to be another state that has proper taxation capacity. I'm a little bit shocked that we haven't had paper issues, to be honest. This unproductive trade route we can get rid of. Cool. Market access issues. Okay. Railways are 20. We'll build one here, and there's one building in these locations already, so those will be fine. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to wrap up this round of government administrations shortly. 11 weeks until those are all done. Looks good. We are building some paper mills here, so that'll be useful for sure. Minus 26.1k, yeah. So it's definitely to do with our investment pool. Got it. Man, I really want steel frame buildings to finish. It's still 20 months out. That's a while yet. And we need to break free from Britain eventually. Imagine how much we could build if we weren't paying that 270k for our diplomatic pact. But they're incredibly powerful. 4271. This number isn't real. We would need to turn up our tech to find out what that actual number is. But that would be very interesting, for sure. So we're going to be finishing up our government administrations in this state here in 3 weeks. We have a lot more government administrations to build. No doubt about that. And I wanted to double check here. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So government administrations, we need 174 here, 136 here, 131 here, 113 here, 88 here, 77 here, and 62 here. That's what we're going to need. Keep in mind, though, it's not quite that number because of economy of scale. That doesn't apply to Bengal. But the rest of these are going to have economy of scale increases. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue to construct economic buildings right now. Let's wait on building additional government administrations. We are going to need to, but I want to start turning a profit at this level of construction. So let's get these finished up and continue to work on this for a bit. We're making good progress on it, for sure. This railway's a ways out yet, but that's fine. The intelligentsia are unhappy. No shockers there. And I would love to get to restricted child labor. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. The intelligentsia plus industrialists are still a little bit more powerful than the landowners plus trade unions. Austria rivaled France. Okay. So what are we going to do about Britain? Well, we are continuing to increase our battalions. That number is increasing. And we pretty much need a technology to get more. There's a native uprising in the Nile. Okay. That's noted. Britain really screwed us over. There's no doubt about that. Really, really screwed us over by turning us into the British Raj. Things would have been so much better if we had remained the East India Company. But I've never played as a vassal in Vic 3 before. Lessons have been learned. Absolutely. There's a revolution in Poland. And we are continuing to work our way through this construction queue, which is looking good. 124 weeks left on it. I think this is fine. We have constructions finishing up virtually every day. Or rather, every week at this point. Yeah, that looks good. So economically, we are going to be turning positive here soon and reducing our interest payments. That's the idea. That's the hope, anyway. So all of these plantations are going to be worked on quite quickly. They definitely build quickly. So that's looking good. Investment pool is currently positive. Okay, now it's very negative. And now our finances are good. Okay, this is what I wanted to see. So I'm guessing that's due to these arms industries here. Cool, sounds good to me. So we're paying down our debt at this point. Not at a tremendous rate, but it is starting to decrease. And that's wonderful. Yeah, Great Britain is fighting out over here. Whatever. I wish them luck in that endeavor. Actually, I don't. I wish that Great Britain would make some major enemies. Like, attack France and Russia at the same time. That would be amazing. There's no way they're going to do that, right? Right? I mean, the AI does weird things sometimes, but I doubt it. Okay, do we actually need infrastructure there? Hard maybe. Wait, where is this? Yeah, these guys. It's an employment issue. Okay, so that's fine for now. We're continuing to construct away here, and we're back to positive in our investment pool and negative in our regular money, which we don't like. We would like this to be the opposite. But I feel like it's okay. We have 114 weeks here. Our economy is absolutely growing right now. Growing quickly. And that's what we want. Cool. Coffee plantations finishing up in 1 week here. And all of these industries finishing up eventually as well. We're down to 11 pages in our construction queue. And 116 weeks. Now 121. That's going to fluctuate. But we do appear to be working our way through it. That's a very good sign. And our finances are getting better. They're not ideal yet. They're certainly not ideal. But they're definitely getting there. That market access is very awkward, right? And in all cases, I think it's due to jobs. I think that's what needs to happen there, is get more jobs. Specifically, they need more pops. Our population count isn't growing super fast, 0.78. That's fine. For the moment, at least. We'll work on it. But man, just imagine how powerful we would be if we had access to this 300k per week. Instead of giving it to Britain. So, Great Britain would not accept giving us independence. 135. 50 of that is the British Army power projection compared to ours. Okay. We are considered a minor power right now. And we would need to increase our prestige to do something about that. We would probably want to, in all honesty. How are we doing on our law here? Actually, this is really, really close. Let's go ahead and get this started, I think. Cool. And now they want to enact landed voting again. Why are these guys in favor of landed voting? Like the trade unions. Why are they in this? That's confusing to me. Okay. Well, they're only at 87 right now, and I think this is going to get worse for them. Their clout is going to decrease, not increase. So I don't think that this is actually capable of firing. We'll keep an eye on that. But I don't think it's going to happen. Because the clout of the landowners is doing nothing but increasing right now. So this should drop at least a little bit, in theory. I think they just don't quite have enough to pull this off. But like I said, we'll keep an eye on that. It's going to be capped at 87. And we'll see what happens beyond that. So we want to enact restricted child labor, absolutely. We are now making money relatively consistently, which is a very, very, very good thing. And we're paying down our debts. We're also working through this construction queue, and that's completely fine. We're not constructing in some of these areas, and is that because of this revolution? Requires arable land. Oh, okay. So we just cancel these then. They don't have the arable land. Got it. Well, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to see if Britain ever gets weak enough. Hopefully they do. Fingers crossed. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Rogue Corvid, Anna the Elephant, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.